What's that, Skip? Seano's talking about Supercoach again. Let's go. G'day everybody, it's Seano again and we're back for some more Supercoach content. Today this is our trade talk video for round 7. So first of all we're going to go through and have a look at potential downgrades that we can do this week. So let's have a look at the players. Now who are the downgrade options for this week? Let's have a look. All right, let's go to cash cows. Who's going to make us some money if we get them this week? So number 1, Matt Flynn. Matt Flynn, the West Coast Eagle ruck. We're all having a bit of a look at him. At 260k, he is right on that borderline of high price rookie or low price mid-pricer. Will he be a keeper in the season? Probably not. Will he generate some cash for you? Yes, well, with a negative break-even of negative 73 and a score of 141, I believe he got last week. 141. So at negative 73, looks like even if he went and scored a 75, 76, he's going to make 65k. So we've had a lot of problems with rookies this week and the cash gen drying up. So with that case, I think he's a reasonably good option. He's definitely one that I'm be looking at to make some money. And as you can see, he has got decent scores in his range. Even though I wouldn't be expecting a 141 each game, I'd probably expect between 80 and 100. I'd be pretty happy with that. Sam Powell-Pepper is still pumping along, rubbing it in because I traded him out early on in the season, and he's still going to make a 50k. I believe he started at 180, so he's pushing the 200k mark, which is very good. It's probably a little bit late to get on him now, so I wouldn't be thinking of him. Corey Duran, forward, 200,000, negative 66 break even. He's definitely in the high price rookie department as well. He's got a 91 and a 98. So they're both very good scores, and I can see why people are considering him. I don't know if I'm actually considering him, but I guess if you're considering Flynn, there's no reason why you couldn't be considering him. I'm not too sure what his job security is like, so I can understand if you're having a look at him as well. Matt Carroll, I think Matthew Carroll, a lot of people are going to be looking at this guy at 99k as a defender. I think is a reasonable pick. He's had a 60 and a 64 so far. He is at that bottom basement price. Again, Carlton, you're not too sure how his job security is going to be, but if he's named this week, I could totally understand if you're going to be picking him. Probably one of the ones that I'll be looking at. A bit disappointed myself that I didn't get on Ned Long like I told all you guys to do last week. If you guys watched my trade talk video last week, Ned Long was in my trades that I was going to make. I did chicken out at the last moment and went with Tom Gross, who, as we know, didn't play, but thankfully I managed to get him out of the team before that game. So Ned Long, not too sure if the ship has sailed here, but he still has a little bit of money to make. He would have to continue the 90s to get you anywhere near 100k from where it is now. So depending on why you're buying him, I guess if you're buying him as a mid-price or as a stepping stone, I could kind of understand. But I think I missed my opportunity. He's a little bit too expensive for me, so I think I'll be passing. Anybody else in the downgrades that anybody else is thinking out? Why are you having that think? You can always let me down leave me a comment to let me know if there's someone you're thinking of that I'm not. Or you can, while you're there, you might as well click that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. So they're all the down options. Sandy Brock, I'd be staying away from Sandy Brock. He's already got dropped last week, so I don't think he'll be getting a game this week. I don't think there's anyone else that we need there to consider. So they're probably your downgrade options. Matt Flynn, I would think Matthew Carroll, Corey Duran, and there's one other, I believe. There's one other. Charlie Spargo, 149. There's been a bit of talk about this gentleman. He's got a -2, a 46, and a 70. That -2 obviously is going to be affecting his score and keeping it down. If you were to get him this week, even if you got a 39, he would get you 40k. I don't think he's ever had a career season with big scores. Let's have a look. What's your best season? Season stats. What did you do last season? I got a feeling. Oh, you were out all the last season. What about the last? Where's the last season you played a full season? Here we go. So 2023, 81, 56, 56. So lots of 50s, 60s, 30s. 80 was his best score all season. So I don't think he's going to be a high scorer, but his job security is probably okay. Melbourne aren't doing that good, and they need probably need a steady head in their forward line. And he's someone who's played before. He's not a newbie, so I could see him getting quite a lot of games this season, but I just can't see him being a very big scorer. So they're the downgrades. What about the upgrades? So I think, me personally, I'm still not looking to get anyone over 600k. It'd be awesome to get Bontempelli or Zach Butters or George Hewitt into your sides, but I think they are all over that 600k. It's just going to damage your cash gen too much to get them. So I'm looking at people under 600 who I think they're kind of value. Nick Dacos just went just over 600, so I can understand if you're grabbing him, especially after his 170 last week. Zorko is coming down a lot in price. Should definitely be a trade target for some of you in the next few weeks. People like me have bought him at max price. You might get him at less than 500. Whether he's going to get back to his high-scoring form or not, we don't know. We hope he will, and we think he will, but we're not too sure. Caleb Sarong, 588. Definitely a reasonable. Get him at 580. You can get him a little bit cheaper next week, maybe. So that's probably a reasonable upgrade target as well. Max Holmes, 532. Seems like a reasonable good target as well. I can understand if people are going for Connor Rosie at his new role. I was one of the ones that traded him out, and I'm reluctant to trade him back in. My thinking being that any midfielder or any premium that I buy now has to be a keeper, and I'm not too sure whether he's going to be in the top 8 at the end of the season. We've got Carl Amon, who got 152 last week at 500k. In the defence, I don't think he's going to be one of the top 6, but I could totally understand if you're looking at him at that price. Jordan Clark, 530. Jordan Dawson, here's one that I think is a good one to be targeting over the next few weeks. Break even of 137. He's only at 520k, so his price seems very reasonable. And next week, if he gets just over 100, he's probably going to be around 500k. Who else have we got here who is looking? Matt Rao still at under 600 at 558k, so I can totally understand if people are looking to bring him in. I think Will Ashcroft, I think you should be staying away from him. Jason Horne-Francis is starting to light it up. He's playing better, and he's playing through the midfield, and I could totally understand if people looking to get him in. Again, I'm trading him out. We may have to trade him back in. We're just not sure that yet. We're going to give him a few weeks to have a look at him. The only other one I could think of is potentially a lot of people are looking at Petrarca this week. I understand that completely with his upcoming games. He's playing all the teams that you want him to play. He's got Richmond, then West Coast, then Hawthorn. He could have some big games. His last game was okay. He got a reasonable amount of possessions. He played the most amount of CB midfielders he has so far this season. He had right up there, I think he had the top amount of CBAs. So I would definitely be looking at him. Last week I was really umming and ahhing between Petrarca and Chad Warner. Warner did come out and give quite a bad score this week, which scares me a little bit. This week he only managed to get a 71, so his last three scores have been quite low, and I think that's enough for worry. That's enough of a red flag to keep me away from him for the moment. So they're probably the upgrades that most people are thinking about. I can't think of too many others. If you've got any others that you're thinking about upgrading to, let me know, and we'll see how we go. If you want to look who the top midfielders are to get into your team by the end of the season, maybe check out my last video, top 5 midfielders for round 7. Okay, let's have a look at my team and see what we're going to do. Alright, so I'm thinking when it comes to break-evens, who's got the highest break-even? Well, Trainer does after he was made a sub. Now, we've already got the teams, and he's actually named on field, so he probably won't be the sub. Normally, subs are always taken from the interchange bench, so he's probably not going to be the sub. But is he going to get 74? I don't know if he is. So I kind of thinking this way on Trainer. You either sell him this week, because there's a chance that he'll lose money this week, or you be prepared to hold him for at least 3 weeks. So you want to hold him until that you got a 2 last week because of the sub. You want that to drop out of the of his 3 score rotation. So he will have to play 1 to at least 3 more weeks, and then he might start to go up a little bit of cash again. So you're going to have to keep him. If you want to keep him through to maybe the buys, the mid-season buys, then maybe worth keeping him. But for me, I'm thinking it might be time just to cash in and try and keep that cash gen moving. So with so much rookie carnage last week, we're going to need some cash. So I think that's what we're going to go for this week. I think we'll go Trainer straight out. And we're going to bring in the Carlton cash cow. Hopefully he gets a game. If he doesn't, we will change the trade, obviously. But getting a 99 rookie, he's playing. Hopefully, he plays for a few more weeks. And we'll do that. And we'll make... they're both... Cornerstone's terrible. Getting a 40 seems like a good score for him. Okay, so now we've got 228k to play with. So we've got 2 choices now. We could potentially try and get rid of Reed for another primo. Or we could try and get rid of... Who would we get rid of, crew, to allow us to get Matt Flynn? Oh, what if we get rid of Henderson? Henderson kind of needs to go as well. So here we would have 390. So we have a choice. We can get Flynn here, which I think is we will need to make you... go into there, and then we would get Matt Flynn. The only thing I don't like about getting Flynn, besides the fact we had him at the beginning of the season, we traded him out, is that it really hampers the versatility of your team. Having a flex or a midfielder or a forward or defender in the flex position allows you to move your team around. When you have a ruck there, you're kind of stuck, especially if this guy isn't ruck forward swing, which Boyd is not. It really hampers your ability to move your team around, but he might just need to be a must-have almost. We're so desperate for cash gen that I think that is the way to go. I mean, our other options are, so if we don't do that, we could always do, like we talked about, we can get rid of Reed. And then we could potentially get ourselves a fallen primo. I think actually we didn't talk about Dunkley. Dunkley is a very good option as well for fallen primos. Under 600k, he's got a high break even. Some of these guys have high break even, so you still can pick them up next week. They're not going to shoot up a lot in price. So you've got Dunkley, Sarong, Max Holmes, Connor Rosie, Jordan Dawson. Any of these guys, I can afford any of them. So like we could put Dawson there if we thought he was going to be in the top 8. We're only going to be getting who we think are possible top 8 premiums from now on. We don't really want to do any more mid prices, and that's why the Flynn, if I was getting him as a mid pricer, it'd be a definite no. But I'm getting him as a cash cow to make money, and with the inflexibility he causes to my teams, I wouldn't want to keep him that long. So basically, I want him for about 3 or 4 weeks. Hopefully, he gets 80 and 90 in the team, and then sell him off at 400 or 450k, and then jump off for another primo. I think I've gone away from having a ruck in that flex at the end of the season. I'll be looking for someone with dual position status there just to add flexibility to the team. So they're my options. I think out of the he's one of the only ones I can afford, Jordan Dawson, if I brought him in. Which way do I like my team better? I think for cash gen, just getting rid of a non-playing rookie like Henderson is going to be the way to go. I think that's what we're going to do. So we'll lock that in. There. I think complete the trade. I think that's the trades I'm going to do this week, crew. Then we can set up the team. We still got Hewitt in the team, so we'll move things around. We'll get Hewitt, who did very well for us last week. Some of you may be considering bringing in Hewitt as well. I don't see a problem with that. If he's had 188k, he is also a reasonable downgrade with his, what did he get, 97 last week, -8 break even. So once that 22 drops out, he looked pretty good too, so hopefully he won't be dropped or made the sub. It's very hard to tell, as we've seen with West Coast midfielders, what's going on. Will he be rested? Will he be dropped? Will he be the sub? We don't know, but I've had him since the beginning, so I'm happy to keep him there now. I've held the faith, and now he's going to hopefully start making us some money. If you were looking to get him in, I could totally understand it. He does have DPP, which helps out as well. So I could totally understand if you were thinking about bringing him in. I'd probably say that they're the top 3 targets this week: Hewitt, Carroll, and Flynn. With the cash gen the way it is, they're all going to make you money, and I'd say they're all viable picks. Alright, so my team looks pretty good there. We're predicted to do 2,222. We're going to vice captain Dacos and to captain and Brayshaw, and we will put Bice on the field here. So that's what my team looks like, crew. How are your trades going this week? Let me know. Leave me a comment. Did I miss anybody out that you're looking into? Which one of those fallen primos is going to be your next upgrade? Yeah, so let me know. Hope you all have an awesome day, and I'll speak to you all soon. See you later. Take it away, Skip.